So is everyone's familiar with the Course in Miracles? Yes? Course in Miracles. Good. All right. So I'm going to read from a chapter that I like called I Need Do Nothing, page 388 in the blue book of these. Yeah. So that's basically the chapter, I Need Do Nothing. And then there's about 5 blank pages and then they start over again. So no, I need to do nothing. So just going to read it and just go along with it if you like. So you still have too much faith in the body. Now, what's supposed to be speaking is Christ mind or whatever through this lady. Yes, that's the presentation of the Course in Miracles. Some Christ mind is talking through this lady and puts out this thing called the Course in Miracles. About 1970 something. So this chapter is I need do nothing. So you still have too much faith in the body as a source of strength. So this is how we would look at this. When you feel you still have too much faith in the body, you recognize that new you as not you. You see? So when something lands, when it lands, there's no disembarking because you see it's not you. Yeah. But you don't try to make it not land, which would be seeing it as you. Yeah. So it lands, you let it land, which is you still have too much faith in the body as a source of strength. So it hits you, yes? You read this, you have too much, and then you feel like, hey, that could be true. Yeah. And then that reaction, hey, that could be true. You're not that. This is the beauty of the message. The beauty of the message, it uses all the other messages to negate that which arises and claims to be the hero of the Course in Miracles. Yes? You see it? So here's the Course in Miracles. Pretty powerful stuff. It brings the sense of what you're not out as the hero of it or the one who wants to understand it. And when you see that, you see it from not that, right? You see it as awareness. And then there's a simple recognition you're not that, or you can state it. Yeah? See the beauty of it? It's going to describe what we're not quite a lot. So it goes, you still have too much faith in the body. Who has too much faith in the body? Not thee. Yeah. You see? Let it land. Something has too much faith in the body. Yeah. And it's not, I'm not that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. You still have too much faith in the body as a source of strength. What plans do you make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? Look at how everyone's sitting at the Zoom. I have cushions on the side of me and behind me. Yeah. My sitting location was based on a body. Yes. This is nothing to be afraid of because it's not you. You don't have to not deny what's not you. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a program that the body is looking for comfort for itself. Yeah. Every movement has this involved in it. And it's just stating a fact. What plans do you make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? With a question mark. So what are you supposed to do with that? You're supposed to let it land, see what it kicks up. And what it kicks up, you're not that. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. Because a lot of the day, nothing you're watching is kicking it up. Yeah. You're watching like the infinite scroll of the whatever, the TikTok. Yes. There's no, it's not making you pause. It's just, you just get blinked at, you know, with, you're getting, the head is getting tranced out like this. But when you hear something like this or Zen or whatever, or non-duality, it pauses the mental logic and there's an opening, yes? So what plans do you make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? So I would say, what plans does the head make? Yeah. See, I still believe when it says you here, it's easy to mix it up with the head. Yeah. So I would say here, what plans does the head make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? Yes, exactly. Yeah. This makes the body an end, not a means in your interpretation. See, when when the non-existent thing is taken to be an existent thing, it is what wants to get salvation for the existent thing. Yes? He's saying it right here. It says this makes the body an end. Yeah. In other words, the body is going to get the results of salvation, not a means in your interpretation. And it's not your interpretation, it's the head's interpretation. You may not even get past two sentences. You see it? I'm going to just share it again. This makes the body an end. So the body is going to be the receiver, not the vehicle, maybe to express or to arrive at a new place or express and observe it's a new place. It's going to be the receiver of the new place. Yeah. I, as seemingly identified as the body, is going to get salvation as the body. That's an ends. That's not the means. Yep. Yes. A lot of people make a car the ends. They never drive it. It's like 1962. They polish it every weekend. They wash it. They never drive the phone. Yeah. But actually, it's a means to drive somewhere. Yes. In other words, the body is not the one that's doing the service. The service is done through the body. Yes. When you're handing a sandwich to someone who's hungry, you have to have a hand to hand it. Yes. Yes. So the body is a means to do service. It's not the one who's doing service or getting the results of the service. You see? And he says here, this makes the body an end and not a means in the interpretation. So the mental interpretation is the livingness that you express is as a body. Yeah. And it goes back to another statement that we go to in the course. The brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. Yeah. That sentence has the word interpret again. The brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. And here it goes. This makes the body an end and not a means in your interpretation. Yes? It's not saying anything right or wrong. It's there to see. Yeah. And to see how this that's easily recognized is taken to be you. But what you are is truly, in a sense, unrecognizable by these eyes. Yeah. The spirit can't be seen with the eyes that see the world. Yeah. This makes the body an end. No one accepts atonement for, we'll go somewhere else then. There is one thing that you have never done. You have not utterly forgotten the body. When you forgot, if you utterly forgot the body, you did it as a body. So he's talking about the the futility of trying to get out of something that you're not in. Yes, in a beautiful way. So there is one thing that you have never done. You have not utterly forgotten the body. It has perhaps faded at times from your sight, but it has not yet completely disappeared. You are not asked to let this happen for more than an instant. Yet it is in this instant that the miracle of atonement happens. And what atonement means there is a prior forgiveness before you ever did anything to be forgiven. Yes? Atonement is there's nothing to be forgiven because you never were the doer of anything. Yeah? This has ruined my career every time you present the doership. I'm just nailing the coffin completely. This is beautiful. You are not asked to let this happen for more than an instant. Yet it is in this instant that the miracle of atonement happens. Afterwards, you will see the body again, but never quite the same. Yes? You'll see the body again. What appears is going to keep appearing until there's at the end of an appearance. Yes? But in this case, you're not going to see it, but never quite the same. Yes? You're not going to see it as you. And if this instant is like every other instant, it's always available at all times, right where you are, with no requirement necessary. So this is why the chapter says, I need do nothing. Yes? Because my proclamation that I'm not something I've never been. Yes? It's just a truth telling. Yeah. The body is not saying it's not a body. That would still be said as a body. It's seeing you're not the body. Yeah. And now when that grabs, you're never going to see the body quite the same. Yeah. You're not going to see it as an ends. You're going to see it as a means. Yeah. So a means to do service, a means to express, a means to observe. Yes. You're not going to be, it's not going to be the observer, the expresser, the doer. Yes. It's not going to be the end. Yeah. And every instant that you spend without awareness of it, in other words, when there's a loss of interest in the body because you see it as not you, this happens. And every instant that you spend without awareness of it gives you a different view of it when you return. Yeah. So it's going to return and go and return and go. This is duality. But when it returns, it's not going to be seen as it ever was seen before. Yes? Because there's been a loss of interest. In other words, the awareness is not hyper aware of the body and following every fucking move it makes. Yeah. Because you see it's not you. How do you see it's not you? Not as the body. You see it as not you, as what we are, the awareness. Yeah. All of this would be pointless if the fact that we're not the body wasn't a fact. Yeah. But it is a fact. All right. So you don't mind? I'll keep going on this. Yeah. All right. As no single instant does the body exist at all. As Ramana Maharshi said, the body is an appearance in mind, big M mind. Yeah. So the body is the dreamt of the dreaming. When the dreaming is dreaming, it's dreaming as a dreamt, seemingly. Yes. The dreamt is the body. At no single instant does the body exist at all. It is always remembered or anticipated. This one I swallowed whole when I ran up against the Course in Miracles. This is why I say that the head, locating itself as a body, verifies its own existence by saying, I was Paul, I will be Paul, therefore I am Paul. And he's saying it exactly, right? Only its past and it is always remembered or anticipated, but never experienced just now. Only its past and future make it seem real. Exactly. And that's the only level it can reach, is seemingly real. It's appearing to what's real to be seemingly real. Yes? We are it, not as a thing, yeah, but being ourselves reality, the reality, seeing this appearance and seemingly taking it to be real, sets off the whole ball in motion. Yes? Yes. Time controls it entirely. Wow. For sin is never wholly in the present. Yes. In the present, sin is forgotten. It's in time, it's remembered and remembered and remembered. Yes? Yes. In any single instant, the attraction of guilt would be experienced as pain and nothing else, and would be avoided. Yes. See, but for many of us, it's the shit that we did that's giving us an identity. Yes. This is what happened in a weird way when I got sober. It would look like the place I should have parked at would be Narcotics Anonymous, because I was been using intravenously drugs for many, many years. But when I went to Narcotics Anonymous, there was a lot of glorification of the story, of all the crazy shit they did. And they were looking cool. They had tattoos and black leather jackets, maybe riding a Moto Guzzi and shit like that. The alcoholics just had the old brown paper bag. They fucking look shitty and raspy. There was no interest in playing that role. Yeah. But I found more stability in AA because there wasn't any glorification, yeah, of the story. So I feel this is what it's saying here. The attraction of guilt would be experienced as pain and nothing else, and would be avoided. It has no attraction now. Its whole attraction is imaginary and therefore must be thought of in the past or in the future. Yeah, this is a pretty incredible description. Yeah, you don't have to get it. You're hearing it. Yeah. The application is the hearing of it. The getting could be happening later, or it happened already before, or it may in this instant. But it's the laying down of it on us. Yes, the hearing of us, not jumping into the hearer so quickly, but the hearing of it. Yeah. So it has no attraction now. Its whole attraction is imaginary and therefore must be thought of in the past or in the future. Yeah. It is impossible to accept the holy instant without reservation unless just for an instant you are willing to see no past or future. Yeah, that's not hard, is it? Because there is no past or future. Literally, right now, I don't see any past in this room, and I don't see any future in the kitchen. Yeah. So how difficult is to recognize something that's not there as not being there. I don't understand how it has to make it so heavy. Yeah. It says it is impossible to accept the holy instant without reservation unless just for an instant you are willing to see no past or future. You cannot prepare for it without placing it in the future. See, this is the dilemma about doing. Yes. Doing yourself into a condition that could only be attempted to be grafted on the inherent condition, which has nothing to do with doing. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You see the dilemma with the doer and the doing of stuff? Yeah. It is all right. You are willing to see no, you cannot prepare for it without placing it in the future. Yes. Release is given you the instant you desire it. Wow. Yeah. Many have spent a lifetime in preparation and have indeed achieved their instance of success. This course does not attempt to teach more than they learned in time, but does aim at saving time. You may be attempting to follow a very long road to the goal you have accepted. Yeah. You may be attempting to follow, all right, it's extremely difficult to reach atonement by fighting against sin. Yeah. Enormous effort is expended in the attempt to make holy what is hated and despised. Just see that you're not the one that's is has the hate and the despising. You see, they're not qualities that are exhibiting you. They're mental manifestations. Yeah. Enormous effort is expended in the attempt to make holy what is hated and despised, nor is a lifetime of contemplation and long periods of meditation aimed at detachment from the body necessary. Yeah. All such attempts will ultimately succeed because of their purpose, yet the means are tedious and very time consuming. Like 135 10-day retreats. That would be a lot of time being consumed. Yeah. And time consumed is time given meaning. This is what happens, like in an innocent way, when you first started to do something and you got a little taste, and what the only thing you could do is more. Yes. So it was like the 1 day sitting, and then the weekend sitting, and then the week retreat, then the 10-day retreat. And it's just more what? More time. Yes. So the food was mixed with time, and what the head ate was the time. And it wants to eat more time, so it goes more. If I do more meditation, if I do more strenuous exercises, if I do more, I'm going to get better. That may happen over time. Yes. But why not arrive at on having never left and respond from on having never left with I need do nothing? They're the perfect companion pieces. Yeah. On having never left, I need do nothing. Yeah. Now, I've got to arrive. I need to do something. Yeah. The first statement is, I've got to arrive. I need to do a whole lot. But no, the first statement is, on having never left, I need do nothing. Perfectly aligned. Yes. A lot of people, innocently, they would say, I need do nothing. And then they list all the shit you have to do to get into the condition of I need do nothing. Why is it impossible to start there at I need do nothing? So now, nor is a lifetime of contemplation and long periods of meditation aimed at detachment from the body necessary. Also, yet the means are tedious and very time consuming. For all of them look to the future for release from a state of present unworthiness and inadequacy. Uh-oh. Ooh, that hurt. I think I'm going to say that one again. Yet the means are tedious and very time consuming. For all of them look to the future for release from a state of present unworthiness and inadequacy. Wow. If that shoe fits, take it for a walk around the block a few times. Your way will be different. What? Yes. Not in purpose, but in means. Non-duality, the end is the means, and therefore there's not much needing for any means because you're already at the end. Yes? I need do nothing can either feel like you arrived there through a lot of effort, and then you admit when you do, I need do nothing. Yes? And then from then on, there's probably not going to be a lot of effort about arriving there. Yeah? Because now, upon having never left. Yeah? So your way will be different, not in purpose, but in means. A holy relationship is a means of saving time. Let's not go there. Hold on. When peace comes at last to those who wrestle with temptation and fight against the giving into sin, when the light comes at last into the mind given to contemplation, or when the goal is finally achieved by anyone, it always comes with just one happy realization: I need do nothing. Yeah. Here is the ultimate release, which everyone will one day find in his own way at his own time. Maybe in satsang, eh? You do not need this time. Time has been saved for you because you and your brother are together. This is the special means the Course is using to save you time. There you go. So if I had two books I put together, one would have a four-word sentence, and the second would have a four-word sentence on having never left and I need do nothing. There you go. Two companion pieces. They'll be the lightest books. If you fly Ryanair, you won't have to rip any pages out to meet their weight coat quota. Yeah, you can just carry them wherever you go. You can look at one first and the one second, or the second one first and yes, it can switch so you don't get bored. You can go on having never left. I need do nothing. I need do nothing on having never left. There you go. 4 words, 2 sentences, combining 8 words. What happens? I tell you, I'll share it again because it's the perfect example. I was involved in like a therapeutic type retreat in Australia because I had done the meditation, but I knew I was emotionally screwed up, you know, from what happened in my life and everything. So the community of Osho people from Rajneesh, they were putting on this event. There was a lot of people from their community that were at the event. I didn't know anybody. I signed up because I picked up a hitchhiker and they told me about it, whatever. Went there. They were very good at inducing cathartic events. So from the first day on, we'd have these meetings, and then in the afternoon, they'd clear everything out, put mattresses in the room, put a DJ in, start playing music, and people would just go off, you know, like crying, laughing, whatever. So this went on for 8 days. 8 days. So like this, the last day, I was in there and went off into a thing, and I was crying and I was weeping and I was bemoaning that I could never get back. Yeah, that I had done something so heinous that I, a special, unique, long-lasting, independent entity, had separated from the Godhead, and I could never get back. In my wide open panoramic view, I could see no way of getting back to that which I have lost. Super bummer, but looking really good in a way, like a spiritual mourning way. There I was. Wow, it's incredible. Everyone loved me. Wow, what a revelation and everything. And then a day or two later, I realized the reason why I can never get back because I never left. They didn't like that answer. They were already planning an advanced course of how to get back to that which you can never get back to. But on having never left, blew that whole fucking spiritual career opportunity out the window. Yeah, this is what it's like. And then whatever, I don't know. I'm getting older and probably getting whatever. Yes, but I don't think getting older or being younger, born, not born, dying, has any effect on what's actually is. Yeah. I think my giant effect, I can only affect other appearances. I can't affect what's real. It's impossible. Yes. And knowing that the appearances that I may be affecting, though I'd rather be in a good relationship with them. So I learned how to make amends and do this in this life. And I don't do fucking crazy shit anymore. So I'm like, if you wanted to surveil me, you were wasting time. You know, I'll be grazing in the same pasture that I was grazing in yesterday, doing the same shit. But go ahead if you want to have 24/7 of what Paul is up to. But there's a piece that I couldn't produce or grab or hold or make mine. And it was all based on a loss of interest. And where that loss of interest started was a loss of interest in the idea of me being a long-lasting, independent, separate entity. Yeah. I'm not going to go debate and argue with people about it. I don't care what they think or whatever. I've just lost interest in it. Yeah. And that set off like a watershed of losing interest, because they were all, like it said right now in this reading, they were all intrinsically connected to the relevance of the long-lasting, independent, separate thing. Yeah. They all were in it. And once that started to get dwindled, the tributaries dried up. And then that thing that I noticed was lacking, but I couldn't put my finger on it, was actually the presence of life. Yeah. Because I was so occupied by the mental past and future, the here that was presented, bookended by the past and future, I wanted to escape from at every fucking moment. Yeah. But the here that was always here was the foundation of salvation. Yeah. And it had never been shook or had never been moved. It had never been closed. It was readily available at all times, right where I was. Yeah. But the citadel I was in, trying to see, I was blind to it. You would think meditating for 13 hours a day for 3 weeks and getting to a point where you're hallucinating because you're not eating any food, not one moment was there not a Paul there. Yeah, there was a Paul becoming something else at this, but Paul, that story never got washed in through any spiritual car wash I ran through. It never washed this stain off. Never. Yeah. And I've never done them all, but I did enough of them to know that they're not going to wash this stain off. Yeah. So what are you going to do? You're going to lose interest in it. How? As it? No. But you're not it. Yeah. You are an unsuspecting resource. Yeah. And all you need to do is negate what you're taking yourself to be, and you'll find out what you are. Yeah. Not as something else, but as what you are. And how that it does is the intimacy of it, the feeling of it, the livingness of it, the presence. Yeah. Just like if you got a bottle of water of the Colorado River, it lost something. Yeah. It's the rivering it didn't capture. Yeah. It was water that was found in the river, but it's not moving. It's not doesn't have that rivering. Yes. So this is the sort of knowledge. The knowledge is a verb, and it's being the knowledge. It's not a knowledge you have, but it's a knowledge you are. Yeah. And to me, the greatest knowledge is being ourselves reality. Yeah. Yeah, being ourselves reality is 3 words. I'm going to add up to the incomplete works of Zen Bitch Slap, another volume. Wow. This one has 3 words in it. Being ourselves reality, upon having never left, I need do nothing. There you go. Put that on my tombstone. There'll be plenty of room to say, oh, screw the fucker or whatever. Just put that on my tombstone. Yeah. The 3 volumes. The last 3 volumes of Zen Bitch Slap is that. being ourselves reality, upon having never left, I need do nothing. Yeah, there you go. And then will you be surprised when you have to do a lot tomorrow on Thursday? No. And you'll do a lot, but you will be stubbornly resting in I need do nothing, because what is doing something isn't you. Yes? Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic, I say. So, and I'll whittle them down to like nothing. But right now, if you got 3 companion pieces and there were 3 sentences with the total of 11 words, that's fucking pretty good. Yeah. I mean, that's a condensed teaching, don't you think? Jesus Christ. I don't even need a tablet. There's no 10 commandments. There's 3 little things. I could do it on a napkin. Yes. I need do nothing. Of course, does that mean you're not gonna do anything? No. What you're not's gonna do shit. Yeah. It's sitting on a big slab of doing. The heart's beating, the lungs are breathing in and out, the urine wants to come out, da 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 da. The anus is always like threatening to come out. You don't know if it's going to happen or not. If an adult diaper isn't going to be in the near future, all this stuff's going on. So, but events happen, deeds are done, but there is no individual doer thereof. Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. So, yep. You want to, anyone wants to share or something?
Thank you, Paul. That was really awesome. I love the non-doership topic. It's one of my favorite. You'll never lose me talking about that one.
That's good. Good, honey. Good.
I might be the only one in your audience, but you ain't losing me on that topic.
It's okay.
I love that I'm not the doer.
I look over the head of all my audiences.
I know you do.
I feel like, as the mailman, I've always delivered the message. Now, the slot may not think so, the mail slot, but I don't see the mail slot as the target of the message. Yes, trying to get past the mail slot to get to the mess, yeah.
That's right. We do have a virtual hand, and that is Keith, who's been waiting patiently.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
It's been like a year or two since I really started listening and watching the Zen Bitch Slaps again, and it started I guess I took like a couple year much needed hiatus from all things spiritual for a little bit.
Yes.
And it was, quite refreshing, as you can imagine. But I always went back to Ramana here and there, or Douglas Harding here and there, or even the on having never left. But like a month ago, I was going through some like bad anxiety spells or whatever, and my wife, she's kind of no nonsense, no bullshit. So I don't remember what I was just freaking out about something. She just said, can I be real with you? You just seem like you've been just preoccupied with your state of mind for the past 3 weeks, and I don't know why. And something about that statement like hit me, and I was just aware that I kind of there is that aperture that's it came back, and I kind of saw that the pattern of the the machine, the mental process, this particular programming mental process of the anxiety or whatever, and it dropped, and I just kind of realized I had a choice to not kind of involve myself in it. I, as you know, as not as the me, but I as the big mind. And something about that event, it just well, Zen bitch slapped me, and then I just started listening to this stuff again, and just man, I missed you guys so much. It's been a while, but I just wanted to share that and share just how much this message, like you said, has always been, and even more so now, that the last message, you know, it's anyways, yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Fantastic, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a year vacation. That's pretty nice.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you
It's,
imagine that? A few satsangs and you get a year vacation.
yeah,
That's
you know,
a good payoff cost ratio.
well, the funny thing is, like, just before that little event, you know, a month ago, I was, you know, there was a lot of the, you know, maybe I could do therapy. Maybe I should do therapy. Maybe I should go back to therapy or something. And then that, you know, event, the bitch slap with my wife happened, and I just remember the few songs that I actually got to attend here, and I just remembered like, what? That's a nice support. Why don't we just go start attending those? You know, once or twice a week. It's just such a resource, and there's no. I just can't think of a better resource, and I really am averse to calling these therapy sessions, but I think I get a lot out of these, and I just wanted to just say thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, maybe people get some fashion ideas. Who knows? We have no jurisdiction what people are getting out of this. Some laughs and stuff. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's a nice community. Yeah, I had uh the Zoom has amazed me what's happened with it. Not surprised me, but amazed me once again. And yeah, it's been nice to watch. And I've met a lot of people live that I've met on the Zoom. And yeah, it's been a strengthening of a relationship with a community. It's very cool. Yeah, it's healthy. All right, anyone else there?
Oh, good. Mike came right on in. Come on, Mike.
Paul, could you just, I hear you say this a lot, and it's weird. I feel weird even asking this question. Can you just elaborate a little bit on being ourselves reality? Like, just, I don't know, maybe I'm looking for clarity on something that I'm not going to understand right for the moment.
Yeah, you won't, but see, just to see what the head is saying we're gonna be and we were reality. Yeah, just tell the truth about that. And that's being ourselves reality. Yeah. By seeing what you're not, that's you are the seeing of what you're not. So by seeing what you're not, that's being ourselves reality. You get it? Yeah. It's a yeah. So it's not like you stop and then you turn around and then get that you're being ourselves reality. Being ourselves reality is seeing what you're not. Yeah. Yeah. Now the head loves to jump in there and claim the seeing of what you're not and say what you're seeing is really true. Yeah. But the initial seeing of it is what you're not. Yeah. Yeah. That would be the instant when the mental interpretation in time occurs. The seeing what you're not is turned into seeing a lot of shit that's important. Yeah. Yeah. You get a flavor of time. I mean, one of the things over the years of just sitting at satsangs and stuff has been a lot of, as Kathleen would say, you learn without knowing it. The the influence and the effect of time. It's almost like, you know, when someone puts a screen or like a filter on something, and then the whole room has a different look. Time is sort of like that. Time does a lot of, is used unbelievably to support the story that is the interpretation of the head. Yeah. Yes. I can't, it's because it's got such a little flavor with it and everything. It's hard to describe, but the magic trick is based a lot on time. Yeah. Just as the non-existent thing, which is the beginning, is never the beginning for us. The beginning for us is the existent thing. Yeah. But the existent thing is truly a non-existent thing. We don't start at the non-existent thing. Yeah. In the interpretive event, we start as the existing thing. That's where we start. Yeah. And so time has a lot to do with how everything is felt and noticed and held and emphasized. Yeah. Like it said it, what we read. The brain, I mean, the body doesn't exist now. It's remembered and it's looked forward to. Yeah. It's through time, something that doesn't appear appears to be something. Yes. So in time, something that doesn't appear actually appears to be something. It's only through time. So it's not about, I'm not going to war with time. None of this stuff ever calls me to arms. It's very disarming. I just tell how I see it, and I don't want to change it or not. It doesn't need to be changed. Yeah. If what would we be doing if we tried to change an illusion? We would be giving it a reality. Yes. We just see it as illusion. And there's no movement or drive to change, literally. Yeah. You just tell the truth as best you can and see where stuff lands. But this is not like, all right, let's arm ourselves and, you know, march against time. No, time is part and parcel. It's one of the major planks of dreaming, as they would say, time and space. Yeah. Without space, there would be no space for anything to appear. And without time, you wouldn't be able to see it. So, yeah, the whole dreaming is based on these two planks. So if you're starting to notice the dreaming, not in the dreaming, but outside of the dreaming, you're going to notice the current of time in everything. Yeah. It's gonna rub on you. It's gonna become very obvious that something that isn't so can seem to be so through time. Yes. Just like how when you feel a little weird, and then the head says you're gonna feel like that forever. It's just in the idea, your imagination gets stressed into an absolute no way. Yeah. And then the suffering completely overrides whatever pain there was. Yeah. Now you've got a whole other thing called suffering. You see it. I noticed it early on where my head, if I started to feel real, if it noticed I was feeling really good, it would say, that's not going to last. And then if I was feeling bad, it would say it was the beginning of a lifelong depression. That was very valuable to notice. Yeah. Because I was relying on this fucker and it started to reveal itself. And I was aghast at, wait a minute. Yes. I mean, this thing is working so hard to be at peace. Once it arrives at peace, it gets anxious about it. But if it has the tiniest feeling that something's going to go wrong, it's a lifelong depression beginning. It's why would you want to live under that emphasis? You don't need 8,000 examples. One or two examples can be more than enough to convince you of the insanity of the GPS you've been listening to. Yeah. And giving it a reality. Yes. So, yes. So being ourselves reality is we have the ability to see what's not so. Yeah, we do. We can see time because we can see it out of time. Yeah. What we are is out of time. It appears in every moment, but it is not a moment. Yeah, it's a timelessness. It's a state that doesn't get interrupted by a tick and a tock and an hour and AM, PM, 3-hour difference, 9-hour difference. None of that shit is touching the awareness. Yeah. So by seeing and recognizing these statements, like there's a whole lot of faith in being the body and not defending it because you feel a little uncomfortable. Oh, I'm having faith in the body. You can greet it with, I'm not that. Yes. And then this news will become good news because all of these little sticky flypapery type of things that you're stuck in and you don't want to be stuck on, you see you're not that. Yeah, you're not that which is stuck, and you're not that wants not to be stuck. Yeah, far out. Yeah. It's like an exercise program that's only got one move, negation. Yeah. It's like an isometrics with like a 5-second manual. All right. I'm not that. That's basically it. Yeah. Read something that's very powerful, it brings the shit out. When the shit tries to land, let it land and greet it with, I'm not that. Instead of trying to, rush all the flies away and keep the shit, yes, let it land, yeah, and then realize it's not you. Yes, you're a fraud, yes, but it's not, you're not a fraud. Extremely selfish, but you're not selfish, yeah? You tell the truth, but you also hold it in a truth, yeah? Which is, the truth is about something I'm not, yeah? Yes, hallelujah. Or you're going to be fighting fucking, shadows all your life. Yeah. If you go therapy and you get everything worked out with your family of origin, your head will come up with a family of origin from Mars. Yeah. And you'll have to go through a fucking interstellar therapist and shit. It makes shit up. Don't you see? It does. Yeah. If it makes stuff up and it just tosses like spaghetti on the wall, whatever sticks is it's new. It's in vogue at the moment. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right, bro. Thank you, Mike. Yeah.
We have Craig May up next, Paul.
Craig May.
Mhm.
Come on in, Craig.
John, mate. About the last 10 months, I've been studying the Course of Miracles really closely. I got that message about 10 months ago to pick up the course, and it was interesting because last week I was thinking, I think I'm done with this. And sure enough, about the next day, I think it was, I picked up the book and that message come through loud and clear, just said, put it down, bro. It's time to put it down. And I did. I put it in a box and I put it in the wardrobe. But just a couple of things that come out of that 10 months that I wanted to share with you. One, it's given me a deeper respect with what's being presented here. Because what you see out there, it's not the course. The course is immaculate, fucking immaculate. But it goes out into a community. And if that community's coming to it from not the right place, it gets distorted and fucking bent out of shape. And you've got this system, this beautiful system that's designed to completely expose the head. It calls it the ego, it's the same thing, to completely expose it. What happens? The head hears that, and then it uses that same system to reinforce itself. It's fucking unbelievable to see it out there in the course community. So you got these people who are presenting it from that place, and it gets all twisted and fucked up. And then you've got a community that's sitting there and is puzzled why they're not getting it. And it just brought into stark contrast the message that, you know, you're constantly pushing, which is, if you don't see it, you're going to be looking from it. And from there, whatever comes after is going to be compromised. And you really see it out there in this community, the Course of Miracles community, where they're coming at it from that perspective. And it's just a fucking, a bit of a mess. It's actually I find it quite sad, because the respect I have for this thing is immense, but the way it's being presented out there is a real worry, a real concern. It's yeah, so that was one thing. The other thing I wanted to mention is what it gave me. It was quite interesting, because when it tapped me on the shoulder, I had no idea why. I thought, why am I? Anyway, 10 months later, what took place in my own life in that period, I wouldn't have been able to handle the way I did without what the Course gave me. And what it essentially did give me was the realization that the only obligation we have towards this world is to forgive it, is to generally forgive it. We've got no fucking idea what's going on here. No idea of what's going on here, why things happen. We don't know. We haven't got a fucking clue. And the Course is adamant about that. So you forgive. You forgive the place, whether it's something that turns up on your doorstep, you forgive it. Or whether it's the shit that you're projecting out there, and then it's the world sending that message back to you, so you can judge or condemn it, not you, the head, so the head can judge or condemn it without realizing that you're judging and condemning yourself. What you see out there is what you've projected out there. It's just reflecting back to you. It's not out there that's the problem. It's in here. And that's where the Course just, it just says back here, look here. It really fucking strips the action figure to the bone. It really does. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's beautiful what it does. It's beautiful what it does and how it does it, how he does it. It's gorgeous. You can't help but fall in love with him, with Jesus. You know, it says quite clearly in the Course that that's who's presenting it, Jesus Christ. You don't have to believe that, but yeah, but I'll tell you, it just, you know, it says at the very beginning of the Course, it can be summed up like this. You're talking about, you know, small sentences. It says, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. That's it. And I reckon you can say the same thing about Zen bitch slap. If you don't see it, you're going to be looking from it. Simple as that.
Yes. And you're going to be looking from it anyway. But you'll see that. But
You
you'll
know
see
that. Yeah. What
That's
you are seeing.
Hmm?
Yeah.
no, really. You're going to be
Yeah.
looking from it, but you'll see that with awareness, and it won't have the effect it has when you don't see it. Yeah.
Completely. Yeah.
But the head is going to be looking.
I can't stop looking.
No.
No. But you see that.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I see that. It's gonna keep looking. It's okay. It's okay, literally. It is. You're not, obviously, we approached a lot of things with a lot of misunderstanding. So the idea that a lot of things have to change for things to be better, yes, isn't essentially true. Yeah. So nothing has to change. Yeah. And things are the way they are, basically. Yeah. And what's changed in a way is the interest level you had in that which wants to change everything. Yes. And all this. So you lose interest in like a system. Well, we use the terminology in English, self-centered. Yeah. So a self-centered system is obviously the system supports and reinforces the center of it, which is self. This idea of being a long-lasting, independent, separate thing that does shit and thinks shit and feels shit and takes shit and loses shit and all like that. Yeah. So what do you expect? It's like the story of the snake. The snake's nature is to bite you. It's going to bite you. If you're nice to it or not, it's probably still going to bite you if it gets a chance. So self-centered system is going to see everything as how it pertains to self. Yeah. Now, a lot of people have worked really hard to try to change that as a self. And I feel talk about it's going to take a whole lot of time. And this book is about saving you time. Well, I hope we show that quality a little bit too at Zen Bitch Lab, that we want to save some fucking time. Yeah. And just recognize this is mechanical and manufactured. It's not something that you chose and you can unchoose to do. It's just the way things, it just goes. Yeah. Yeah. And you lose interest in it. That's how it's worked with me. That's why the way we share comes from how it worked. Literally. Yeah. I wasn't hoping because I didn't see it this way. When I first got introduced to non-duality, I did not see it this way. I thought it was another thing that I'd have to get interested in to keep it afloat until I got secure and established by understanding. Yeah. And it was like lead. It wouldn't fucking give me any buoyancy. It just would drop. And then I finally started to realize stuff. Yeah. That I'm never going to get it. And that's followed with a hallelujah now. Yeah. Not like, oh, I'm super pissed. I'm never going to get it is great news. Yeah. Because it implies my compilation of all that can be said in Zen Bitch, which is being ourselves reality. Upon having never left, we need do nothing. Does that mean nothing's going to be done? No, it doesn't mean shit. You'll find out what it means. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not going to mean what you think it means right at this moment. If you entertain it, it's going to show itself as a whole different, uh, just wholly different than the thoughts can surmise at this ignorant moment. Yes. Yeah. All right, Craig, thank you. I'm going to give you back to the key to your corner, but don't abuse it. And any other books that are walking around your house, put them in that little box and lock them up for a while. Yeah.
Have them all away, actually.
Just have them. Yeah, definitely. All right, Craig. Nice to see you, bro. Very
Yeah,
nice. And remember, never show up here again. You're still a lifetime member of Zen Bitch Lab.
I'll be back, bro. I'll be back.
I'm just letting you know. Yep. All right. Anyone else, or we'll start saying goodbye.
I don't see any other hands raised right now, Paul. Thank you, Craig, and thank you, Keith.
Yeah, Craig was great and Mike was great and everyone,
Thank you,
Keith,
Mike. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to forget Mike.
Mike, yes. And,
Eddie.
but hey, let's say goodbye. Kathleen, thank you for the lovely job.
Thank you.
Marl, as always, yes. Yep, Kerry, our main man in Hawaii. Tom F, I think he's walking around. It was nice to meet you, Tom. Eric, remember, we're not having a meeting Saturday here, but we're gonna have the Zoom open, I think, because we're gonna be at Comic-Con down in LA. And I'm hoping to be able to show people what's going on down there. So if it's not open, it means something happened. I couldn't do it, but we're gonna have the room open at 1. Yeah.
All right, and
All right.
If we can do it at 4, when we have this panel, we'll keep it open at 4 West Pacific time.
I have another pair of boots for you that you might want to wear at Comic-Con, so I might mail those to you.
Mail it to me. It's gonna be. I'm leaving on Saturday. Don't worry, bro.
I'll throw them. We're
Oh, you
close.
throw them. I'll try to catch them. I'll look up. All right. I know.
And I just wanted to say thank you again. I made it to a meeting for the first time in a really long time, and that I attribute a lot of that to coming to the SAT thing. And I wanted to, bottom of my heart, thank you.
Great, bro. Yeah, and we'll be on next Saturday. Yes, come on up if you can. Yeah, if you can't throw it up here, just bring it up here. Yeah. I gotta wear sandal like shit anyway. I look like a left coast in the comic. I have to look somewhat like I look in the comic, which was a straw like beach hat with some beads and a left coast Jesus look. Yeah.
Well, these are some rough out cowboy boots that I've cut down that you could put them on real easy, like almost like slippers.
Oh, that would be great. I'm looking forward to it. Yes.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Very cool. All right, guys. Gabriel, nice to see you. David, as always, down under. James Olson. Christy, smiling as ever, Chris. That's very nice. Yeah. Gary C. Eric in Vista. Saraswati. Jacob, a little north of here. Annette. We got Alan Olson also, the Olson brothers, still riding. The Keith's iPhone. Nice to see you, Keith. Mike M. Yeah, and remember, drop in the community. It's nice. Mike M. Always great. Joe S. Lynn D. Oksana, I will get in touch with you about you calling me up or something. I just lost track of things here. Fletch, Anand Sindhu, Susanna W. Let me see, go to number 2. We got Shannon Corkery. I haven't said that word in a while. Thank you, Shannon, for showing up. We got a phone number. I think Keith, everyone. Joe S. I think I got everyone. Hey, thank you so much for a rousing satsang. Yes.
Thank you, Paul. That was really nice.
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow for recovery at 10:30 Pacific, and then Saturday, hopefully we'll Zoom a little from Comic-Con. Yes.
Thank
All
you
right.
all.
See ya. Bye-bye.